Hi, Callie and Adria. I'm kind of sick right now. Mostly my throat just really hurts and it hurts to talk, but I was determined to do this video today, so I'm just gonna push ahead and do this video. So this is a list of my favorite things from November, which was last month. First on the list is this camera strap. I've wanted a new camera strap since July. The camera strap that my camera came with was like a really thin piece of plastic, and I wanted to have like a really nice camera strap, and I waited and I waited and I waited, and I finally got this one from this Etsy shop called Tensate, and it's like really nice and padded, and it's a map print. I mean, I'd had that camera for like 3 years, so it was about time I got a new strap for it. Next is this bag. It's like a canvas bag. The lighting's not really great, sorry, with like leather on it. And I waited like a year, I think. Every time I got this from Best Buy, and every time I would go to Best Buy, no matter what Best Buy I was in and what town, I would like hunt down this bag and I would look at it and remind myself why I want it so much. But it's just this really lovely bag. Got a magnet enclosure, and it's got this really cool thing in the back where you can like attach it to a suitcase, which anybody who has been around me while I'm traveling, that includes you, Callie, I always like try to put my duffel bag on top of my suitcase and it's always falling off. And this is like, why hasn't anybody done that before with bags? Just make it so you can put it on the handle of your suitcase. It's brilliant. Ooh, I just turned on an extra light and the lighting is way better. I should have just started that way, but moving on, I guess. Third is this lovely jacket. I was actually gonna wait till this month to get this jacket, but there ended up being a sale, and I decided to get it while it was still like, while it was $20 off, because it's a really expensive coat. But I have been waiting a long time. I think I saw this jacket. This is the 12th Doctor's jacket from Doctor Who, by the way. And I think I saw this jacket for the first time like a year ago, and I hated it. I was like, this jacket is dark blue. Why? I'm pretty sure that his jacket is black. I mean, unless the lighting is just weird and it's dark blue, but I've always seen it as black. But I'm pretty sure his jacket in the show is black. But this one is dark blue, and I hated it. I was like, why would anybody spend this much money on an inaccurate coat? But back in like July, I was closing at the store that I worked at. I don't know if I told you guys, but I quit my job at the store. I just sub full-time now. I can't remember if I said that. But when I still worked at the store, I was closing one night, and ironically, this was when the air conditioning was broken, so it was burning hot. It was, oh god, why we should have received like compensation or something. It was terrible condition to work in. But we were closing, and it was really late at night, and the store was closed, and we were cleaning up, and I was looking at this jacket, and I was like, you know what? I should just try this jacket on just for fun. And my friend Shayla was working that night, and she was like, don't do it, like you're gonna want to buy it if you do. And of course I tried it on. It was amazing. I was like, I need to buy this coat, and it is so beautiful. And look at the inside. It's like a magician's coat, which is always the joke they make. And it's got a pocket for your sonic screwdriver, because you gotta have your sonic screwdriver with you just in case you're in a situation you need to solve a problem. Open a door, put up some cabinets, you never know. You need that sonic screwdriver. So it's a really long coat, and it's really beautiful, and it's like a whole bunch of buttons on the sleeve, and I am in love with this coat. Fourth is this vinyl set called Atlas Year One by Sleeping at Last. It's just, I wish I could play some for you, but of course it's like copyrighted, so I'm not even gonna try. Maybe I'll put like a link to a song in the description. This is a 3 vinyl set because it's 6 EPs. It's part of like a really long project of EPs. And music is just, I don't even know how to describe, it's like ethereal, I think is a good word to describe this music. And this vinyl set comes with like a book of illustrations as well. Look how beautiful it is. Probably my favorite song on the whole thing, which is Mars. This is Neptune, just my favorite planet. I thought I would just show you like the illustration of my favorite planet in the solar system. So the next item on my list is a book of poetry that I actually haven't even bought yet. I just discovered it in the month of November, and I have every intention of buying this book as soon as I can. It's absolutely beautiful. It's called Love and Space Dust by David Jones. And I'll just like read you some of the poems. Those eyes of yours could swallow stars, galaxies, and universes. What hope did I ever have? I have shed my skin so many times, the graveyards must be full of the people I used to be. The universe is in your bones, the stars in your soul. It's never really the end. I exist too much, I feel too much, think too much. Reality is crushing the life out of me. Pain may make good art, but it certainly does not make good life, and I decided all at once that I wished to be alive. Next on my list is Clara Oswald. I'm using this cover as a picture because, oh my god, isn't this the most beautiful comic cover you have ever seen? Because it's probably my favorite comic book cover of all time, and that beats the one with Gemma Simmons and Miss Marvel on it, because that was a great cover. But this cover is a masterpiece. This cover makes me want to cry every time I look at it because it's so beautiful. Look at it. It's so beautiful. There's a reason I'm putting her as the month of November, and it's because, technically December was the day before I recorded this video, was actually her last episode in the series, but her story started to wrap up in the month of November. When she was first introduced in series 7 a little over 3 years ago, I really didn't care much about her at all. She was introduced as a mystery and I felt she didn't have much personality, and I think it was August 2014 when Deep Breath aired and I fell in love. And I've been in love ever since. Maybe it took solving the mystery of Clara Oswald to be able to see her not as a mystery but as a person. I don't know what it was, but something happened, maybe because the writing was bad, which I'm pretty sure it was, and then it got really good, and suddenly, like, personality and flaws and conflict that's based on character development, but whatever, anyway, she just became this beautiful character, and I just, at this point, I love every part of this character, all the way back from, you know, the way beginning with the Osmond Oswald, Junior Entertainment Manager, Starship Alaska, to the very end. I love every part of this character. I love all of the mistakes that she made and all of the beautiful things that she accomplished. I've learned a lot from this character over the years as well. I think the first thing that I learned was that there were parts of her that I didn't understand until the end. And there were signs that this character was chasing death. And I feel terrible for never recognizing that beforehand when I should have, which is scary. And I think that that's kind of one of the lessons of this character, is to just never forget your empathy and to forget someone's complex humanity, and that there's more going on with a person than maybe you understand. I'm really thankful for Clara Oswald and for the way that her story ended, or didn't end. That's the other thing, is hope. Just to always have hope in the face of anything. In her last episode, one of the characters, you know, basically said that hope is a terrible thing on the scaffold, and that proved to be wrong. That you should always have hope, even when everything seems hopeless, that you should still hold out hope. So my next favorite thing is not hating myself. That is a really big one, and one that I struggle with on a daily basis. It's really hard sometimes, I think, to sort of really think of yourself as someone, and I'm doing this in third person, to think of yourself as somebody who's worthy of love or success or life, life being a big one. And self-loathing is something that I've dealt with in my life, of course. But it's, you know, it's been especially hard recently with the grad school applications and with being in this, you know, this state and not having a very certain future ahead of me. And the moments when I don't hate myself, the moments when I feel like I am worthy, I am capable, I'm good at something, those moments just mean the world to me. And no matter how fleeting they are, you know, or what they're about, but getting that paper done and realizing that I did that and I am capable of that, and I can do that with other topics, and I can explore more things, and I can add to scholarly work. Like that paper, nobody's published anything like that, and I want to take that. I want to take that as far as I can. I want to publish it, because that to me is a discrepancy in the body of work surrounding Byron's poetry. Usually those moments are small and they're far too few, but when I have them, and I feel like I am capable, and I can do something, and I can contribute to the world, even if it's just to myself. And I think that's a really important one, is that sometimes you don't even have to do anything big or grand or affecting people on a large scale. You just have to do something for yourself. And last on my list of my favorite things from November is my own novel. That's right, my own novel. And which is a weird thing to put on here, and I don't even care. But the thing is that because of all this grad school stuff and that Manfred paper, I have neglected my novel horrendously. So I want to show it some love. I am really proud. I have almost 75,000 words right now, and still so much more to go. And, every once in a while I just feel like I have written something that I'm really proud of and I think is beautiful, and I can't wait to share it with the world. And I break my heart a lot, and that is a great feeling when I feel like, oh my god, I can't even handle this. And I look forward to other people not being able to handle it. Obviously, I can't share too much because it's a work in progress, mostly because very few people will watch this. I thought I would share like a clip, just like a tiny, tiny, tiny excerpt, and it's way in the book, but I just feel like it's a good quote, and I would love to share it. Obviously, I can't give any context because it'd be super spoilery if I did. The main character, by the way, is a ghost named Allison Hayes, and so she's the narrator of the story. I can't tell you who the person she's talking about is because that's super spoilery as well. It's hard to say exactly what I felt in that moment. I didn't want to feel sorry for him, but I know that pity was certainly among the emotions I had cradled inside me, trying to pull themselves loose and reach out to him. I think I could feel his emotions too. A loneliness that hadn't been there before, but now sank deep inside him like water seeping into the cracks, like the way the ocean soaks into the sand, changing it. But loneliness changes you in a way that I don't know if you can ever come back from. No amount of sunlight can ever really dry it up. My articulation is terrible. I hope that made sense. But I'm looking forward to Adria's video next week, and I hope that you guys are all having a lovely December. I'm filming this tonight on the first night of Hanukkah, so that's a celebration that's happening, and I was at a parade yesterday, watching a parade in the town that I'm living in now. Bye! Did I ever tell you guys that I own a copy of Jane Eyre that's been wrongly bound as the Iliad? Because it's one of the coolest things that I own. This isn't a November favorite. This is just, I got this months ago, but I realized that I probably never shared it. See, like, take the dust jacket off. Still says the Iliad, right? You open up the front cover. The text is upside down. That's strange. Flip it over. Upside down book. First page, Jane Eyre, Charlotte Bronte. That's a thing that I own.